Good morning, students. Today's session we are going to discuss about what do you mean by constructors. Here, constructors are the special properties which are present in C++ programming language. Here, constructors are generally methods. Constructors are generally methods. What are the properties of methods? Are there? All the properties of our methods are going to followed by the constructors. Here, methods are functions, right? Methods are functions, both are same. Here what are the properties are going to be followed by the functions, what are the properties followed by the methods are going to be followed by the constructors. Constructors are generally, functions are methods. Here what do you mean by function? Function is a subprogram which is used to perform a special task. Function is a subprogram which is used to perform a specific task. In the same way, constructors also the methods are functions which are used to perform a special task. Here function, here what is the general syntax for function? Return type, function name, parameter list, body of the function, return value, right, closing the braces. Here return type, function name, parameter list, then parameter declaration, body of the function. Body of the function means what type of operations we are going to perform in the functions are going to be declared in the closing and opening and closing braces, and we are having return value, right? Here now, here same properties are going to followed by the function constructors also. Same properties are going to be followed by the constructor also. Here, whenever we are going to define any function in a C++ program, whenever we are going to define any function in C++ program, here we have to declare one object. For example, here I am defining one function, void add, function is there. Here I am going to perform a equals to 10, b equals to 15, c equals to a plus b, right? C out, c is there. I am printing the value here. Int main. In int main, here this function is defined in class ABC. Here class ABC. Here I have to create the object for this I have to create the object for this class ABC. Then if you want to invoke this add function, we have to use this object obj.add, right? obj.add. This is here obj.add. By using the object of that particular class, we are invoking the function which is present in the class, right? Here this is the concept of function. Whereas in constructors, constructor is just like a function, but constructor doesn't have any return type. The differences between the constructors and functions are, constructors are having here functions are having the return type. See here, void is there, in some cases integer is there, in some cases double is there. But whereas in case of constructors are going to follow each and every property of the function, but constructor doesn't have any return type. Constructor doesn't have any return type, right? Second thing, here class ABC is there, right? Class ABC is there. In class ABC, which function we are using? Add function we are using, right? In class ABC, which function we are using? Add function is there. Here class name is different, function name is different. If you are going to use functions, here class name is different, function name is different. But in case of constructors, here class name must be same as the constructor name. Class name must same as the constructor name. Here class ABC is there, we don't have any return type. Here it should be the ABC only. It should be the ABC only. Here a class constructor is a special member function of a class that is executed whenever the new object of that particular class is created. Here in previous example, here to invoke the add function, we have to create the object. By using this object, we are calling the function add. Is it right? Here To invoke this add function, we have to create the object of that particular class. By using the object of the class, we are invoking the function. But in case of constructors, whenever the object is created, here object is created now, whenever the object is created, automatically constructor is invoked. Automatically constructor is invoked. No need to call that particular constructor by using the object. In the case of functions, here we have to create the object. By using that particular object, we are going to calling that particular function. But in this case of constructors, whenever we are creating the object, here at that time only automatically constructor is going to be invoked. A constructor will have the exact same name as the class name, and it doesn't have any return type and not even void. Here, see here, this is the constructor. This constructor doesn't have any void, right? Any return type is there? Here, no, we don't have any return type and we don't have any void. Right? And default constructor doesn't have any parameter, but the parameterized constructor have different types of parameters. See here, in functions we can pass the parameters, right? In functions we can pass the parameter. In the same way, in constructors also we can pass the parameters as an arguments. In constructors also, we can pass the parameters as an arguments. That type of constructors are known as the parameterized constructors. That type of constructors are known as the parameterized constructor. Whereas here, constructor can be useful for setting initial values for the data members. Here data members are present in the class, member functions are present in the class. Here generally constructors are used to initialize the data member values. Constructors are used for the initializing the data members value, right? Next. Here, now what are the characteristics of constructor? Constructor of the class get automatically invoked every time a new object is created. Here I am creating one object, in this case class ABC, constructor ABC is there. I am creating one object obj. Whenever the object is created, automatically constructor is invoked. For example, here I am invoke class ABC obj1. ABC obj1 means automatically this constructor is going to invoke. For example, if I am going to use this obj2, here I am creating one more object obj2. What does it mean? Whenever the object is created, automatically this constructor is invoked. Automatically constructor is invoked. How that particular constructor is going to be invoked? Depending upon the objects. If we are going to create n number of objects, n number of times that particular constructor is going to be invoked. If we are creating only one object, only one time constructor is going to be invoked. If we are going to create two objects, two times that particular constructor is going to invoke. If you are going to create n number of objects of the same class, at that time that particular constructor is going to invoke for n times. Now constructor takes the same name of the class name. Here constructor name, class name, both are same, right? Here constructors are not virtual functions. Here we are having one separate function, that is virtual function. Constructors are not virtual functions. And constructor declared in the public section. Here we can't declare at the constructor in terms of private access specifier. Here we are having three access specifier. In yesterday's class I explained what do you mean by public, what do you mean by private, and what do you mean by protected access modifiers or access specifiers. Here whereas in a class, whenever we are going to declare any data member function in a class, we can declare those data member function as public, private or protected. Whereas in this case, whenever we are going to declaring any constructor, whenever we are going to define any constructor, here that particular constructor must be declared in the public mode only. Constructor must be declared in the public mode only. Now these are the properties, characteristics of the constructors. Here first one is here constructor is going to be invoked automatically when the object is created. Next one is the constructor name is the same as the class name. Third one is the constructor doesn't have any return type, not even void. Fourth one is the constructors are not virtual functions. Fifth one is the constructors are declared in the public section only. Constructor must be declared in public section only. Next topic is types of the constructor. There are three types of the constructors are there. First one is the default constructor. Second one is the parameterized constructor. Third one is the copy constructor. Third one is the copy constructor. First one is the default constructor. Second one is the parameterized constructor. Third one is the copy constructor. First one, go for the first one. Default constructor. A default constructor doesn't have any parameter. See here in the previous example, what I explained here. See here we are not going to pass any parameters. Here I am defining one class, that is add class, right? Here class name is add. At that time function name must be add. Function name must be add. And here we are not going to pass any parameters in the constructor. We are not going to pass any parameters in the constructor. This type of constructor is known as the default constructor. Right? Here default constructor is going to follow all the properties of the constructor. Here that particular constructor name is same as the class name, but here it doesn't have any return type, void or any data type. And here in default constructor we are not going to pass any parameter. We are not going to pass any parameter. Next is here these default constructors are useful to initialize the values to the data members. This default constructor is used to initialize the values to the data members. Here we are going to initialize the values to data members, means the members which are present, the variables which are present in the class. The variables which are present in the class, the members which are present in the class. By using this default constructor we are going to initialize the values to the data members of that particular class. This is known as the default constructor. In default constructor we are not going to pass any parameters. Generally these default constructors are used for setting the initial values. Now I am going to execute the program of default constructor. सेट करो ना. Here I am using one program, that is addition of two numbers by using the constructors. What is our first line of our code? Hash include iostream dot h. Right now I am going to defining one class, here class add. Right, by using this add class I am going to perform addition of two numbers. Right, public in public access specifier mode only we are going to declaring the constructor. Right, here for addition of two numbers we are going to use two variables. Right, in that case I am going to declaring here int a comma b. These two data members are present in class add. Now here I am going to define one constructor, add constructor. Right, here see here in this add constructor we don't have any void, we don't have any return type as void or integer, float, whatever it may be. Here again, here also we are not going to pass any value, we are not going to pass any parameters. That's the reason this type of constructor is known as the default constructor. Now Now closing the braces, put the semicolon, right? This is the end of the class. Here in this class we are defining one function, that is add. We are declaring the add constructor. So we have to define this add constructor outside the class, right? So here I am defining the add constructor. So here, is there any return type is there? No. For the constructor there will be no return type. Then no need to write anything. Then followed by the class name is add, scope resolution operator, then add. Here this add is the constructor name. Here constructors are going to be followed, each and every properties of methods. Here how we are going to define the methods outside the class. First we have to write the return type, followed by the class name, then scope resolution operator, then function name or method name, right? Now I am going to defining the constructor outside the class. For this constructor there will be no return type is there. That's the reason I am not going to write anything here. Then followed by the class name is add. So here I am writing add, then scope resolution operator, then constructor name, this is add, so add here, right? See here, A equals to 10, next B equals to 20, int C equals to A plus B. Here I am writing C out. This is the example of default constructor. This is the example of default constructor. Now I am going to print the value of C, then new line, close the braces. Now here we are closing the constructor. Now void main, here first I have to create the object add obj, right? Add obj. Whenever I am going to create this object, automatically constructor is going to be invoked, right? Now I am going to save this program, save as .cpp. Here execute this program, control plus F9. Is there any error is there? No error is there. Yeah, this is the example of default constructor. Value of C is here. I am going to write here one new line character here. C out. For this new line, value of C is press F2, save the program. Now again execute this one, control plus F9, yes, alt F5. See here, this is the example of default constructor. Value of C is 30, right? See here, in this case I am not going to, here we are not going to pass any parameters here, and in here directly whenever the object is created, that particular constructor object is created, automatically we are invoking the constructor. Here it is going to be invoke the constructor. Whatever the statements are defined in this constructor, those are going to be displayed. Here we are going to perform addition of two numbers, a equals to 10, b equals to 20, int c equals to a plus b. Here this is the example of default constructor. Value of c is 30, right? Now this is the default constructor. In default constructor there will be no return type and we are not passing any parameters, right? Next is parameterized constructors. Next is the parameterized constructor. In parameterized constructors, here we are going to pass the values. See here, in the previous example, class add is there. In this add class, we are not going to pass any parameters. Though this constructor is the default constructor. Here we can pass the parameters also. A comma b. We are passing two parameters. This type of constructor is known as the parameterized constructors. Here we can pass the parameters in the constructor, just like the functions only, just like the methods only. Here in methods we can pass the parameters. In the same way we can pass the parameters also. Here again, this helps to assign the initial value to an object at the time of its creation only. At the time of that particular object creation, at the time only we are going to creating that particular, we are assigning the initial values to that particular object. Right? In the previous example, in the default constructor, we are assigning the value. In default constructor, we are not going to pass any parameters. Whereas in case of parameterized constructor, we can pass the values. I'll explain with a program. See here. Now in this case I am going to define one more constructor here. Add, same. Parameterized constructor name is also the same as the class name. Here I am going to pass two parameters. Here we are performing addition of two numbers now. That's the reason we are going to pass two parameters, int x comma int y. Here we are declaring this parameterized constructor. This is the parameterized constructor. This constructor is declared in the class add. Now I have to define this parameterized constructor outside the class. Right? Here for this case, here is there any return type is there for this one? There is no return type is there, so no need to write this one. Then followed by the class name is add, then scope resolution operator, then add function name, right? Constructor name, sorry, int x comma int y. Here I am going to defining this one, int z. Here z equals to x, a equals to x comma b equals to y, z equals to a plus b, c out. This is the example of parameterized constructor. New line, C out, value of z is z new line character. Here operation is completed. Now I am going to create here, in this case am going to create one more object here in this particular object. Here we are not going to pass any parameters with this object. Here I am going to create obj1. Here we can pass two parameters here, int x comma int y. Now here we can pass two parameters in this way. Here I am going to pass 10 comma 20, 10 comma 20, right? Here whenever this object is going, here add obj object is created. Whenever this object obj is created, here I am going to say, whenever this object obj is created, here directly this constructor is going to be invoked depending upon the parameters. Here we are not going to pass any parameters with this object. Directly this constructor is going to be invoked. In this case, in this add obj, whenever this obj1 object is created, here we are passing these two parameters 10 comma 20. Here object obj1 is there, it checks which one is having, which constructor is having two parameters. See here, first it will check here this constructor is having any parameters, no. So here this constructor doesn't have any parameters, so it is not going to execute. Next is here obj1, here we are passing two parameters. In this constructor we are passing two parameters. Directly control is going to be transferred here. Execute this one, control plus F9. See here, int y plus F2, yes, control plus F9, yes, alt F5. See here, this is the example of default constructor, value of c is 30. This is the example of parameterized constructor, value of z is 30, right? With this, parameterized constructor is completed. In next video I am going to explain what you mean by copy constructor.